Strike gift cards.
Promotion only valid at Priced Right at the Airport Center. For more info, go to pricedright.ky. Live better for less this summer at Priced Right.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by K-Man Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And K-Man Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Health City, now open at Camana Bay 7 days a week.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. It's 28 minutes until 8 o'clock. Welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. It's a wet Tuesday, but it's very dry on the inside, so we're glad that we have a roof that works. Right, DJ Lynn? Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the Business Buzz this morning. This is the Tuesday edition of the Business Buzz. And in the studio this morning, we put the focus on Rotary Central and their various programs. Rotary Central is the second of 4 Rotary clubs comprising the Rotary clubs of the Cayman Islands. And joining us this morning on the studio, we have 3 lovely young ladies. And I'll let them introduce themselves, sitting right next to me. Good morning.
Good morning, Anita, and good morning, Radioland. My name is Monica Ramjeet. I'm a past charter president of Rotary Sunrise in the British Virgin Islands. I actually chartered that club in 2009. I was the founding president. And my Rotary years started with Rotary Central here in the Cayman Islands. That was, several years ago. And I held various positions on the board with Central and also at district level. That would be District 7020, which comprises 10 countries in the Caribbean, and we have 83 clubs in our district. And like I said, I held various positions at district level and also at club level here, and my current position is secretary to our lovely president, who will now introduce herself.
Good morning.
Hi. Blessed good morning to everyone. My name is Corleen Goodman Hoptroff. I am the president of Rotary Central for the current Rotary year that starts from July 2021 to June 2022. And I have been a Rotarian for about 11 years. I was a member of the same club that past President Monica chartered back in the BVI. I've been in Cayman for about 7 years now, and as soon as I came straight to Central, and I haven't left, and I love it there. I've held many positions on the board, and I will now pass on to our incoming president for next year, P.E. Jen.
Thank you, President Corleen. Good morning, Ms. Anita.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Jennifer Leach Tippett, and I am currently the president-elect, which means I will be the president of Rotary Central after Corleen for the Rotary year of 2022-2023. I've been a Rotarian with Rotary Central for 8 years, and I've held several positions as well on the board, namely Director of Youth Services, the second vice president, and the secretary. And like I said, I'm currently the president-elect.
I say it's the ladies are leading the way forward. And that's great. And I think, Monica, thanks for introducing yourself, by the way. Monica, I don't think you're ready to go into retirement anytime soon from Rotary.
No, not at all.
Rotary Central.
No.
Rotary bleeds through her veins.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you 3 in the studio this morning. And we want to hear all we've had Rotary Central folks in over the past, I think, month or so. But this morning it's ladies based, and we're going to talk all about what's going on with the club and some of your initiatives. Now, give us a sense of Rotary Central Cayman Islands when you were chartered, and the mission and the primary aim of Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
We were chartered in 1986, October 30th, 1986. 1986. And back then, the charter president was Mr. John Furs. Now, that's quite a while ago. He's deceased now. We have had several presidents since him. We still have one of our charter presidents that's still with, not charter presidents, or one of our charter members that's still with the club today, and that's past president and past assistant governor Al Thompson, Al T. Thompson. He was one of our charter members, and we've had various community projects, community efforts during the years, and I'll let our esteemed president tell us about some of those projects that we've been working with.
Okay, so over the past number of years that we've been a club, 35 to be exact, we've lots of projects. So the Mastic Trail has been one of them. We do all the bus shelters that you see around, which is actually also a fundraiser that we have. We do health screenings every year. We didn't have one last year because of obviously of COVID, but we hope to bring that back again this year. We do a lot of vocational service typed projects. So we do a lot of readings with the children at the libraries. We partnered with other clubs to also do the botanic, the playhouse at the Botanic Gardens for the kids. Paintings here and there. There's lots of things that we've done over the years and will continue to do.
Do you do the music extravaganza as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
That's one of our biggest fundraisers
yeah.
as well.
Okay. Now, gosh, there's so much knowledge in this room about Rotary Central. Now, can you share about the continuation of Rotary Central, some of those signature projects?
Of course. So you may have known IPP, well, we say immediate past president John A. Moss. She was the president last year. And
we've had her on the studio.
Yes. And one of the projects that we worked closely on was the Loud Silent Voices, which is now officially open, and we are so proud that they have, past that milestone, and we hope to continue working with them. I remember when Miss Jackie Neal came and spoke to us as a club, and I went to Johnny and I was like, girl, we need to do this. And we're going to continue on helping them as much as we can, and I'm sure incoming President Jen will continue with that as well. So we pride ourselves on continuity. As I think I mentioned before, we do have elections in October where we will, pick the new board and a new president for the next year, and we bring them on board and we start transitioning things so that there is continuity.
And most likely there'll be another female president.
We don't know. We don't know. We've had 3 in a row. I think we should give the men a chance now.
Yeah. What do you say to that, Jennifer?
Oh, I agree. It's well, the word on the street is 3's enough. Who's our next president?
No. It's never enough.
No, we don't. We certainly just are wanting to have Rotarians that want to serve. And we have one of the things about our club that is special is we are so diverse through our male and female membership and different cultures and different internationalities. That is something that is very attractive about our club as well, is the diversity. So it's to bring up having 3 female presidents, I guess it is in a row. That is kind of something noteworthy.
Yeah.
Of mention every day. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz. This is the first segment this morning. Later on in the morning, we'll have Digicel in as well as the Squash Club and Precision Fitness. But in the meantime, we're talking all things Rotary Central. Now, in the studio, we have Curleen Goodman Hoptroff. Curleen is the now
current president.
Current Rotary Central president. We also have in the studio Monica Ramjeet, and Monica is the secretary, past president, and the president-elect Jennifer Leach Tippett. Now, this new project that you just took on, Loud Silent Voices, you just gave a donation, did you?
Well, initially, yes, we
Okay.
gave a donation, but we will continue to help them in any capacity we can. One of the things that we're working on right now is the Gumball Rally, and we're hoping that the proceeds from that will go towards mental health in general, not necessarily just to Loud Silent Voices, but we're looking at ways of bringing awareness to mental health in Cayman Islands. We're noticing there is quite a need for it. I can speak personally to that. So we're doing the best that we can to raise awareness to mental health. We also did work with the Alex Panton Foundation. We had a gala for them 2 years in a row, and we raised quite a bit of money. I think $25,000 and then $30,000, which we've donated to them.
That was this last gala, right?
The last gala we did $30,000.
13. Wow.
30.
30?
Yes.
Oh, 30. No, that's the difference between 13 and 30. Big difference. Well, congratulations. Very good. Now, you're not going to get away without talking about a Gumball Rally.
Of course. So that is going to come off on August 21st. So basically, it's we have the cars start at a specific point on island, and then they go off with their instructions, and they have to answer questions, find clues, and come back to a final destination. And then there's like a big meal and drinks, and we probably do raffles and other games and stuff. And we're hoping that can raise, it won't be much, maybe about $2,500, $3,000 that we can help donate towards mental health awareness.
Okay. So, Gumball Rally. So it's a car racing thing?
Not a
basically?
race.
Okay.
Not using the word race. So yes, it's cars. I've actually had someone call me and ask if they can do it with a motorbike, which we kind of toyed with it. But we want everyone to follow the rules. We want everyone to be alert on the road. We don't want any accidents. So if people are willing to do that, then we're fine to have even the motorcycles on. The cost is only $100 per car. You can have up to 4 persons, no less than 2, because obviously we want a driver and somebody else that's paying attention to the clues and stuff like that. I think that was, if you want.
Is there a certain time limit that you have to wrap this up, or?
We expect people to be back. We're going to start at 12, and we expect people to be back by 4. I mean, that's more than enough time. You can go off and
Where
have
do you
a
start
nap.
from?
We're thinking to start from Cricket Square, but we can't give you the location just yet.
Okay. All right.
That's revealed on the day.
Oh, okay. Don't want to break up that, all right? Now, can you share some details on Rotary Central's commitments to youth services, education, and development? But hold the thought, because we have to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue our discussion. Thanks, DJ Lynn, for holding it down in the studio. Good morning, Lynn. Miss Susan is taking a break today, our producer. But in the meantime, I want to say thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center, Health City Cayman Islands, and Cayman Medical Supplies.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Some military action took place off the sea during World War II. On land, very little military action took place despite the installation of the U.S. Naval Base in Georgetown. Although they did have regular rounds of duties, the Americans had opportunities to interact with locals when not on duty. Informal parties were held at Petra Plantation, Hislop's Ice Cream Parlor, or the Tea Shop run by Madeline and Myrtle Ebanks. Reverend George Hicks, a Presbyterian minister, was appointed honorary chaplain. As would be, romance blossomed, as well as including the marriage of Lillian Bodden, daughter of Captain Rail and Chief Warrant Officer Jack Howard. However, tensions did occasionally rise, especially if the young Caymanian women were overly friendly to the Americans. On several occasions, fights between the Caymanian men and American military would break out near the town hall, with the most serious incident taking place in December 1943 when 40 of the Caymanian men were home on leave.
In
introducing the 35th President of Rotary Central Cayman Islands, Ms. Corleen Goodman Hoptroff. Our new President Corleen and her team will lead us through the new Rotary year, July 2021 through July 2022. Another year of community purpose and fulfillment. We, Rotary Central, look ahead knowing that with your help, the best is yet to come. President Corleen leads us as we join over 1.2 million Rotarians across 35,000 Rotary clubs around the world under a new Rotary International theme, a new banner. Serve to change lives. Serve to change lives in our community, Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman. Serve to change lives, yours and ours. Knowing this, the best is yet to come.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
Health City is now open at Camana Bay, offering a wide range of specialties at our state-of-the-art Camana Bay Clinic. We are here to help you save time and feel better. We are open weekdays, weekends, and evenings for your convenience and are dedicated to reducing your wait time while improving your health. Friendly staff, expert care, lab services, and diagnostics in one convenient location from the hospital you know and trust. Health City at Camana Bay, within your reach.
Do you know that conditions may change suddenly in an emergency and you may have to leave at a moment's notice? When a hurricane threatens, you should have a grab-and-go survival kit. This kit should include your personal identification and other vital documents, which should be sealed in a watertight pouch or container. For more tips and information, visit the Hazard Management Cayman Islands office or caymanprepared.ky. This hurricane tip is brought to you by Hazard Management Cayman Islands and Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning again. Thanks for staying with us. This is the Business Buzz, and in the studio this morning on our first segment, we have from Rotary Central, the brand new Rotary Central President, Corleen Goodman Hoptroff, and alongside her we have Ms. Monica Ramjeet. Monica is the Secretary Past President of Rotary Central, and we have the President-elect, Ms. Jennifer Leach Tippett, and we're discussing all things Rotary Central right now in the studio. Now, before the break, said we're going to talk about, just give us some details on Rotary Central's commitments to youth services, education, and development.
Okay.
Monica going to take that.
Yeah. We're very active with the youth and, well, overall. So I will speak on some parts, and then I'm going to hand it over to P.E. Jen to carry on. So we have Rotary, we start out with you from the cradle to the eternity, we say. We have what's called the Early Act Club, which is from 5 years to 13. Then we have from Early Act, you go to Interact. Interact is then 13 to 18. And then you have Rotaract, which is 18 to 30. And then you come to us and you stay with us in the Rotary Club. So the Rotaract Club that we sponsor is Rotaract Blue. And they're very, very vibrant and active club in the community. We also sponsor the Junior Achievement, which of course we know our friend visited us, the COVID, and we've had to put that aside for a while. So as soon as things clear up, we will be back on track with that. We also sponsor Youth for what we call RYLA. It's Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and the students would travel overseas for that. We were not able to send anyone last year, but we did have some students that were online, participated online for that. We we also was sending students overseas for the World Affairs Seminar. Again, that's on hold for right now. And I'll turn it over to P.E. Jen. She's going to tell us some more about the science fair and other projects for the youth.
Yes, thank you, Secretary P.P. Monica. So in addition to the programs that Secretary Monica has mentioned through Rotary, we also have numerous projects we assist with throughout the community in Grand Cayman and Cayman-Brac, namely our annual science fair, which is held in the Ark every springtime. And we do invite, I say across the Cayman Islands, because we do also invite the Brac students to come and submit their science projects. So you will soon be seeing advertisements about science fair for the spring. We also support STEM in the community, science, technology, mathematics, by funding the different existing conferences and programs STEM already has here. We do support that, as well as Coding Cayman. So some different, a variety of projects to assist our youth in the Cayman Islands. For our younger kids, we have monthly story time to promote literacy. So you'll be seeing in the community the various story times we have at the different libraries and the different districts. We also support different music programs in the public schools as well, which we've done so before COVID, and we would like to continue supporting the music programs as well. We also support at-risk youth initiatives. We support different programmings and activities to assist the NCVO or the Children and Youth Services Foundation homes, in addition to special needs. Inclusion Cayman we give support to as well. So we do try to do a wide variety of services to all of our youth, and we're always looking for different ways to assist, but those are some of our sustainable projects that we have continued in previous years and that we will continue to support in the future.
P. Jen, as you mentioned, Inclusion Cayman, I just wanted to make a ploy here. We're working on the Rotary partnership with Inclusion Cayman, where we're trying to have kids or young adults with special needs brought into the workplace. So we've reached out to certain employers, asked them if they will be willing to have someone come in and do some small jobs. It doesn't have to be like rocket science or anything like that, but just to get them out into the workplace, make them feel included. Hopefully they learn or figure out something they want to do, like to do, and they can make a career out of it.
Okay, maybe it's sort of like a light internship.
Pretty much, yes.
Making copies.
Yeah, things like that.
Okay.
Okay. If I could just bring up one more.
Sure, Monica.
One more event, which I'm sure a lot of persons in the community have been looking forward to. We haven't done it for 2 years now, but this year, this Rotary year, we are going back to Take a Kid Fishing.
Yay!
So we take the younger children out on boats, and some of them, it's their first experience going fishing, and they catch. We do let them release if it's the little small fishes, yeah. So, but it's really, I've done it for many years with the kids, and they really, really enjoy it. And I think the parents enjoy it to get a break from the kids for a day as well. So we're very much our youth services director, Ali Spears, and I will spearhead that this year and make sure it gets going.
Do you know what, maybe the end of the year, December?
No, it'll be more in April, May.
Of next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's something to look forward to. And I want to ask about the Moby Mats. You have You have one.
One, yes.
Yes, we have one at Public Beach, and this was something that I believe it was PP Susie's year.
Yeah.
So about 3-4 years ago, she led that initiative, and we had, I believe it was the first Moby Mat on island. Since then, there have been a few that have been facilitated, but that was the first one on island, and it had such great feedback, and the need was a lot greater to have at other locations, that there other organizations and companies have put them across the island.
Yeah, and that facilitated a lot of people with special needs to be able to make it to the beach, you know. And I remember the first time that we've put it out, someone came in and they were so overjoyed and they were so happy. So we feel like we've, done something and left our mark.
How do you protect those mats, though? Because you leave them, they're there, right, all the time.
Yeah, they're just, because I don't
think
we roll them up or
I've
anything.
I've seen people drive over them, and I'm like, it pains my heart, that you have everywhere else to drive and you drive on the mat. Anyway. So we only have about 3 minutes left on the segment this morning. So before I let you ladies go, Corleen, congratulations as Rotary Central's new president. President-elect, I know you say PE. I like how you guys say that. PE and PP. Past president.
There's so many acronyms.
I love them. I love them. My little brain probably won't remember all of them, but I want to say congratulations to President-elect Jennifer Leach Tippett. You're basically shadowing Corleen.
That's exactly right. I'm a member of the board, so being president-elect, I get to start my planning. When I say my planning, the planning for the year I'm president for next year from now, so that we can have the continuity and the sustainability of all of our projects, which have started before, and also some new projects that President Corleen, I would like to have going. I would like to continue on with those.
So you come up, whether you're president-elect or the current president, you come up with ideas for the club.
Yes.
New initiatives.
Yeah, some things are near and dear to your heart and you want to do, and you do. I'm a very fun person, so it's going to be a lot of parties and while we still help the community. We want to do things in a fun way. I remember when I first joined Rotary way back when in the BVI, we would do beach cleanups and, park cleanups, and then we would have fellowship afterwards. So I think we've moved away a lot from that, and I want to bring some of those things back in. Okay. But of course, we have the signature projects that have come back, have worked, and we're going to continue working with those and doing those. And
we have a very active board. So while the three of us are sitting here, we also have 8 other persons that we meet monthly, directors of these different areas to lead these initiatives.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Monica, how do you fit in with all of this as the past president?
She keeps us in line.
And now secretary?
Yes. I keep them in line because, I've been with the club for so many years. But I'm secretary to Corleen on the board this year. So,
we keep her in check?
I keep her in check,
Okay.
yes, and make sure that she's where she's supposed to be and on time. So I just wanted to mention for the public, we keep talking about the year, our Rotary year. Our Rotary year runs from the 1st of July to the 30th of June. Just so the public know, and we're talking about a year, it's not the calendar year.
Right, okay. So that's your Rotary year.
That's our Rotary year, yes.
Anything that you'd like to leave with our listeners?
One of our oldest legacy projects, I don't think that we've mentioned here, is our bus shelter program. So we have almost 100 bus shelters across the islands from West Bay to East End. So you see those bus shelters out there. That's one of our major fundraisers. And also we have Music Extravaganza coming up. So everybody gets your tickets when they come on sale, because between the bus shelters and Music X, this is how we're able to fund all of these projects that we talked about today, which 100% of all funds raised goes to these various projects for the community.
Correct,
From the elderly to the youth, or I should say from the youth to the older persons. 100% goes to these projects.
Well, congratulations to both our PE and our current president, Rotary Central. Thanks for all that you do for our community, and we do enjoy you at Radio Cayman. So I'm pretty sure you ladies will be back to talk a lot more about what's coming up and more initiatives for Rotary Central. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your morning. We're going to take it to news. We're 52 seconds over time. Thank you, DJ Lynn.
At Foster's, you can stretch your dollar further.
You sure can. And this week, you'll find big specials in every department. Just like Tropicana orange juice. Selected varieties, just $3.99. Save $2.
We also have extra laundry detergent. 75 ounces, 2 for $5. Save $4.18 on 2. And Seabest raw shrimp. Now only $11.99. Save $5.
But hurry. Price is good until July 28th, 2021. Shop these big specials in store or order online and have them delivered. Just head to fosters.ky/go.
Foster's. Better prices because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We are here for you. Please be advised that the pension contribution holiday has been extended until 31st of December 2021. Employers and plan members should ensure arrangements are in place for salary deductions and remittance following this date. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan, keeping you informed. For further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. We're here for you.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. 2 witnesses scheduled to appear for the Public Accounts Committee today when it starts at 1:30 this afternoon. Radio Cayman's April Cummings reports.
The Public Accounts Committee is focused on the Auditor General's report, Improving Financial Accountability and Transparency, Financial Management and Reporting, dated May 2021. Ministry of Finance and Economic Development Financial Secretary and Chief Officer Mr. Kenneth Jefferson is up first, followed by Mr. Matthew Tibbetts, Accountant General in the ministry. He is expected to appear before the PAC at 2:30 p.m. The PAC is chaired by the new Leader of the Opposition and former Finance Minister, the Honourable Roy McTaggart. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
You can see the full Auditor General's report online at auditorgeneral.gov.ky under latest reports. And in other news, got a teen in the house this summer, looking to keep them busy in the best possible way. CITTV's Donna Bush has more with Youth Services Unit's James Miles.
Well, the annual Teen Summit Camp for 13 to 17-year-olds is happening this week, and you still have time to get your teenager signed up.
We focus on leadership and personality development. It's called Onwards. That too costs $100, but you don't want to miss it.
To get your teen involved in Teen Summit, you can email info.ysu@gov.ky or simply give them a call on 943-1127.
CITTV's Donna Bush there reporting. In regional news, Haiti's designated Prime Minister Ariel Henry will replace the country's interim Prime Minister to honor the wishes of the country's slain president. It wasn't clear how quickly interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph, who has been leading Haiti with the backing of police and the military since the July 7th assassination of the president, would step down. Haiti's elections minister said, quote, negotiations are still in course, adding that Joseph would go back to being Minister of Foreign Affairs. Joseph could not be immediately reached for comment, and Henry did not return a message for a statement. The change follows a statement Saturday from a key group of international diplomats that appeared to snub Joseph as it called for the creation of a, quote, consensual and inclusive government. The statement from the core group said, quote, to this end, it strongly encourages the designated Prime Minister Henry to continue the mission entrusted to him to form such a government. The core group is composed of ambassadors from Germany, Brazil, Canada, Spain, the U.S., France, the European Union, and representatives from the United Nations and the Organization of American States. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. A study of the scale of COVID-related deaths in India says the true figure may be 10 times higher than officially acknowledged. The US-based Centre for Global Development estimates that there's been between 3.5 and 4.5 million excess deaths. But the researchers acknowledge that not all of them can be attributed to the pandemic. President Ashraf Ghani has accused the Taliban of having no interest in peace after a rocket attack during prayers at the Afghan presidential palace. Explosions were heard during a live broadcast on television. The United States is to start evacuating large numbers of interpreters and their families from Afghanistan, whose lives could be at risk because of their work for the American military. An initial group of about 2,500 will be flown to a military base in Virginia. Final preparations are being made in a desert in West Texas for a spaceflight carrying the billionaire founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and 3 crew members. The New Shepard rocket is scheduled to fly nearly 100 kilometres above the Earth. Officials in Mali say the country's interim president was the target of an attempted stabbing while attending prayers at a mosque in the capital, Bamako. The government described Colonel Assimi Goïta as safe and sound following the attack. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel has returned to a flood-stricken area of western Germany. She toured the town of Bad Münstereifel, where streets were still strewn with debris. A cabinet meeting on Wednesday plans to free up flood relief funds. A search is underway for a celebrated South Korean climber who has no fingers after he went missing during his descent from a mountain in Pakistan. Kim Hong-bin had just scaled Broad Peak. And that's the latest BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Are you aware of the performance of your pension plan? The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan provides quarterly fund fact sheets for our members to stay informed with the plan's performance. For the year ended 30th of April, 2021, the various life cycle funds have provided returns between 10.5% and 43.2%. And our all-in expense ratio for year ended 30th of June, 2020 is currently the lowest it's ever been. 0.72%. Visit chamberpension.ky to review our fund fact sheets. You can see the performance as far back as 10 years. Remember that pensions are a longer-term investment strategy. Focus on the long term rather than the short-term returns. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan continues to perform for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
The HSA Specialist Clinic has relocated to a new, modern, state-of-the-art facility at Smith Road Center to offer you a better patient experience. Receive care from top specialists in chiropractic, complementary and alternative medicine, neurology, ENT, urology, pain management, and more. Our orthopedic and telemedicine clinics remain at the Cayman Islands Hospital campus. Please remember to bring your own face mask when visiting any HSA location. Visit our website, hsa.ky, to learn more. At the HSA, you matter to us.
The 2021 census begins on the 10th of October. Every person in the Cayman Islands will be counted. The population count and data are protected and authorized by the Statistics Act. The information is confidential and cannot be shared with any law enforcement agency. Every person counts, no matter who you are or where you live. So have your say in the 2021 census.
2021 census. Everyone counts.
The 8:10 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
Pan American Life Insurance Group can help you take your employee benefit solution to the next level. For more than 110 years, millions of people have trusted PALIG because we've always delivered on our promise. PALIG is the only insurer providing group policies to as few as 3 employees and has the ability to combine life, health, disability, and income protection to provide you and your employees with a complete employee benefits package. Let us customize your employee benefit solution today. Call us at 949-8304 or visit our office at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, or visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
For additional weather information, visit www.weather.gov.ky. As well, stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
We at Pan American Life Insurance Group are here to help you protect your family and your income. For more than 110 years, millions of people have trusted PALIG because we have always delivered on our promise. Life insurance is not only about death, but also about living benefits. We'll help you secure the life insurance, accident and sickness disability income you need to protect you and your family. Call us today at 949-8304 or visit our office, Unit 221 Cannon Place East, North Song Road, or visit www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, have a deadline. Procrastination is common in human nature. Setting a time to review the work helps to increase motivation because you know that you have to have it done by a certain time. This also ensures that you slow down to review progress. Consider rewards if things are going well. If things are not going as well as you would like, a deadline gives you a chance to pause and reflect on the current goal to see if there may be something getting in the way of being able to get it done.
Change your thinking and change your life.
Radio Cayman's Cayman Strong series was brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
At Subway, we know a meal isn't quite complete without a side, and that's why we're introducing waffle fries. Subway's waffle fries are oven-baked softness with extra crispy edge, giving a satisfying taste to be enjoyed as is or in any of Subway's dipping sauces. Order waffle fries as a side item for $2 or make it a meal deal. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning, welcome back to the Business Buzz. It's 19 minutes after 8 o'clock on a wet Tuesday morning, and we're ready to get into our second segment on the Business Buzz. Thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center, Health City Cayman Islands, and Cayman Medical Supplies. In the studio this morning, I want to say welcome and good morning to Mark Mimna. Mark is, of course, the head of business at Digicel. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Anita. Good to be back. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, we're going to start charging you a fee, you know.
I think you do.
a return resident here. No, Mark, like I said, welcome, and it's good having you back in the studio because I get to learn so much when you're in the studio. Mark.
Good.
You have no idea.
Yeah, great. Well, that's a success then.
Yes. Well, in my book, I'm not sure about our listeners or our viewers, right? But we'll head straight into what is cybersecurity?
Wow, yeah, it's a big topic.
It is.
Where do you begin? But I suppose really it's the kind of practice of defending computers and servers, mobile devices against like malicious attacks. Generally speaking, there's like a framework. Like for like cybersecurity, people think like equipment, devices, but it's also like operational security. So like managing like your internal processes of how people access data. Obviously information security, which is like, employee and customer data is very important. And then obviously you got your software, your application security, and then obviously network security, which is the big one. But we also kind of would apply in Digicel, we also kind of think like disaster recovery and business continuity plays a big part of cybersecurity, because if you are under attack and something does happen, it is technically a disaster, and you need to be able to recover and go back to a point in time where you can recover your data if something happens that your data goes missing.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is. It is.
How about operational security?
Well, operational security is, again, it's like your internal processes, right? So when someone joins a company, right, and they have access to company data and they have access to, sensitive information, like how do you manage that? Do they know what to do? Does the company have policies in place, like basic thing like clean desk policy, Control-Alt-Delete, making sure you lock your workstation when you leave, that kind of thing? Are they bringing USBs and that kind of stuff into the office? Is that protected? So, like thinking about stuff like that enables you, the businesses, to protect their own data, but also helps the employee understand what's required of them, and protects them as well, right?
And them being end users.
End user, correct, yes.
Okay. Now, Mark, why should businesses invest and seek out cyber security solutions?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a hot topic at the moment, like we discussed. We did a recent survey where we got, we surveyed kind of the business base, and 65% of our kind of base, are worried about cybersecurity, right? So they're worried about the threats that this poses to their business, to their profitability, to their credibility and stuff like that. So it's a big topic. In Cayman at the moment, there's a big focus on it, especially on regulated entities, and CIMA has some really good statement of guidelines for financial companies and people in the finance sector. But actually, the advice is really practical. So it should be applied across really all entities, all businesses who want to kind of understand what they need to do to protect their business and their data from a cybersecurity perspective.
Okay. Now, how important it is to have customers have a cybersecurity solution?
It's probably one of the most important things a business can do, right? Because in a data environment, in a knowledge economy where we are in Cayman, and the world is kind of becoming more kind of data sensitive, the data is the most important part, and the people who control the data are very influential, right? So as a business, if you're holding customer data, employee data, any sorts of data where you're using that information, you are potentially at risk, and you need to protect the data to protect yourself, your employees, and your company and your business.
What sort of data do hackers go after, basically?
Well, wow, I mean, it depends, right? A lot of hackers are, people have the view of, there's a guy in his bedroom, and he's typing away and he's trying to get credit card details or whatever, and he's just doing it for a bit of fun, but it's not really fun. It's a serious criminal enterprise, and a lot of the bad actors, as they call them, are extremely sophisticated, intelligent organizations, right? Essentially, it's forms part of organised crime, right? So, they're after all sorts of data, but data that can compromise the business, so they can basically hold you to ransom. And one of the most common attacks is ransomware, right? Where they'll infect your business, bring down your systems, and want you to pay them in Bitcoin, which is untraceable currency, right? And that's a common occurrence. And if that happens to a massive organisation, there's a good chance they'll have the money to pay that. And they may or may not. That's their own decision to do that. But if it's a smaller company and that happens, you're going to probably go out of business.
Wow, that's scary. Now, why is it important to Cayman business? Let's talk about some of the advantages more.
Yeah, well, in Cayman, like I mentioned earlier on, right? So Cayman is obviously, very important in the global financial sector, right? So it's already a target for cyber attacks and stuff like that. But I think for businesses generally, as they become more online, there is now a requirement for them to be accountable for the data and the security that they that they possess and they have in their hands, right? And obviously, with the government is quite keen to push cybersecurity and education and that kind of stuff, and also the guidelines from CIMA are quite clear on what people need to do. They're not that onerous. I mean, it's a good guideline of what you need to do, and the good thing about it is, it's practical advice of what to do, what you should invest in, what you should look at. But it's also in proportion to the size of your organisation, right? So if you're a big, huge company, then obviously they expect you to spend a bit more on cybersecurity. But if you're a small kind of entity with 10 or so employees, then they understand that you don't have endless budget to do that, but they do expect you to have some sort of controls in place that enable you to protect data. So it's absolutely critical for Cayman businesses to, adhere to that, because not only is it good practice, it's better for their business, it's protecting their data and protecting their customers, right, and themselves.
That's right. So now we have, so you say that Cayman has compliance requirements from CIMA.
Yep.
And you did allude to what some of the customers need to know. Can you, on the guideline wise, can you touch a little bit more on that, Mark?
Well, so like the framework really, right, is based around obviously their own guidelines, but there's also like the National Institute of Technology Standards, and they offer a framework as well you can look at. Just 1 second here. But things to look out for are, like we talked about, looking at cybersecurity for risk managers. What's your IT framework? Data protection, training, awareness, accountability. All those all kind of fill into your your framework of what you should do, and that should be your kind of cybersecurity, I suppose, what we call a cybersecurity posture. What is it? And it's not just protecting IT assets. It's the whole organisation of how people manage data, how you secure the end user, even on your mobile phones, laptops, tablets, desktops. All that is part of your framework.
So how can persons learn more about this, Mark?
So again, Digicel offers services around what we call a SOC, which is Security Operations Center as a Service, and we're hosting a webinar on Thursday morning on the 22nd at 9:30. Everyone's invited. Share the link on. You can get access to that on our LinkedIn, Facebook, and we'll obviously it's publicly available for anybody who wants to join. We've got some guest speakers who have done cybersecurity risk audits, and they'll be kind of explaining how best to kind of put in that framework and what you should be looking for. And we'll also talk a little bit about what Digicel can do to help protect companies from cybersecurity attacks.
And it runs 9:30 to
10:30.
Okay, just
10:30. Yeah.
10:30. Okay, an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I might listen in.
Do.
I might learn something.
I think you will.
Even though I don't have an organisation, right?
Well,
I'm an end user.
You're an end user, and I think everybody has something to gain by learning how to protect their data, even if it's putting more sophisticated passwords on your appliances, changing your passwords on your social media accounts, stuff like that. Just stuff that can protect your data, because when you're online, people can access your data.
What services do Digicel offer?
Around cybersecurity, or
yes.
Well, we offer the full kind of enterprise level what we call Security Operations Center, where we'll manage your security posture for you, which is what we're going to have the webinar about. It's like a managed service. We also offer kind of managed firewall services. So if you're a small enterprise, small entity, and you want some cybersecurity, when you connect to the Digicel internet service, we actually give you a managed firewall, and we give you some reports about what we've protected you from, and we manage customers' estates like that. We also offer mobile security, what we call unified endpoint management, using IBM's Mass 360 product, but we're keen on the overall management, because that helps you do reporting, management, enforce standards and compliance, and it makes it can be complicated, right? When business, especially kind of smaller, mid-sized companies, they look at it and it's they're overwhelmed sometimes with the amount of data they have. So it doesn't have to be that complicated. We're actually kind of trying to make it a little bit easier, that we'll take ownership of the management of those kind of devices. and we'll give you the full reporting, the full compliance reports. We'll advise you on any threats. We'll protect you from as best we can from the cyber threats, right? But we'll give you full visibility of what we can do. And sometimes that can be difficult to manage. If you have loads of devices doing lots of things and they're all sending you information, right? Well, what do? You just don't know how to process it. So we're taking that kind of processing part for you, and we're going to say, here you go, we've identified all these threats, we're protecting you from this, and it's a fully managed service.
Wow. And how is it priced?
Oh, good question. Always get asked this. Again, it's difficult, right, to give you an exact price, because like every customer is different, right? And their environments are different, and what they want to protect is different. So what we are doing as part of this webinar on Thursday, we're offering vulnerability scans for companies who wish to kind of take it further. That will give you, an audit of your networks, and then we'll be able to put together a proper kind of managed service solution for you.
Okay. Now, if I need to have an assessment on my security posture, what should I do?
Yeah, so you can reach out to myself at Digicel at 623-2499, email cayman.business@digicelgroup.com. You can come on our webinar. We're offering free vulnerability scans and assessments for people. So if they do want to engage with us on that, they can. Outside of the webinar, they can do that also. We have a full security discipline within the business.
Nice. I thought you were going to say free lunch, but will cybersecurity protect my data, Mark?
That's the aim. That is the aim of the game, right? So not only are we protecting your data, we want to protect you, your business, and your customers' data.
And if I need some sort of internet connection to access the service?
If you're online, you're already have an internet connection, but for this service, you don't need a specific internet connection.
Okay.
We will collect the data over the internet from your existing services.
Okay, Mark, can you go slow on those numbers and the contact details?
Yeah, okay. So if you want to learn more about Digicel cybersecurity, you can call us on 623-2499. You can send us an email at cayman.business@digicelgroup.com. You can join our webinar Thursday morning, and I'll share the details on your website, or you can follow us on it's available on our Facebook page and our LinkedIn as well.
Anything else you'd like to leave with our listeners this morning, Mark?
No, just don't be overawed with cybersecurity. It is a lot to take in, but there's solutions at hand. There's people who can help. Just ask for help, and people will come.
What advice would you give to end users?
Especially
of mobile phones.
Yeah, change your password. Make sure you have two-factor authentication on your phone, as in fingerprint and passcode. And change your passwords as often as you can.
I need to do that. Mark, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you in the studio this morning and learning more about cybersecurity and how Digicel business can help. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Enjoy the rest of your wet Tuesday morning. And stay tuned. Coming up, we'll have a few messages and we'll bring you in with the third segment of the Buzz this morning. We'll be speaking with Marlene West to learn more about the Squash Club and Precision Fitness.
Health City is now open at Camana Bay, offering a wide range of specialties at our state-of-the-art Camana Bay Clinic. We are here to help you save time and feel better. We are open weekdays, weekends, and evenings for your convenience and are dedicated to reducing your wait time while improving your health. Friendly staff, expert care, lab services, and diagnostics in one convenient location from the hospital you know and trust. Health City at Camana Bay, within your reach.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
As the community continues to take precautions from COVID-19, it is important to stay prepared for other disasters now that we're in the hurricane season. Here are some post-hurricane safety tips from the Department of Environmental Health. Did you know you must ensure all utensils are washed with detergent and rinsed with hot water if they make contact with flood water? For full guidance on post-hurricane safety tips, visit www.deh.gov.ky. The 20th Annual Talent Exposition of the Arts is here.
Are you ready for some talent tonight?
Presented by the New Self-Help Community Foundation. Coming to the stage Sunday, July 25th at the Hartwell Theater. Don't miss. Awesome performances by Liana DaCosta, J.C. Patrick, Rico Rolando.
Yeah, she twerking off a band and I'm about to make a dance, yeah.
Radiance Dance Studio, Mariah Praise, Dream Chasers K-Man, James at Anglin and Son, SI, Center Point Dance Studio, and UCCI Dancers. Part of the proceeds from the Talent Exposition of the Arts go to support the John Gray High School Music Department. Prepaid tickets at Funky Tangs and Winners Circle Sports. $10 or $15 at the gate. The 2021 Talent Exposition of the Arts, Sunday, July 25th at the Hartwell Theater. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. Show starts at 6:30. Get your tickets today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Wow, it's a busy morning in the studio. Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is our third segment and our final one for this Tuesday morning. It's a wet morning on the outside. We want to say good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman. In studio with us, we have Miss Marlene West. Marlene is manager of the South Sound Squash Club, and Sherwin Boville. Sherwin is head coach of Precision Fitness, and Miss Marlene is also the owner of Precision Fitness. So we're talking fitness and squash this morning. What a combination. Good morning.
Good combination.
Yes. Good morning, Ms. Marlene. Good morning,
morning.
Sherwin.
Morning.
How are you?
I am wonderful, thanks.
All
Thanks
powered
for
up
having
with
us.
your coffee?
Yes. Thanks for having us back.
You're welcome. And next time you come back, make sure you bring me a cup of decaf.
Oh, will do. Will do indeed.
So now you know, right?
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about squash first. Give us some history on the squash club and the success rate the team has had in the Cayman Islands and, of course, overseas.
Okay, so the squash club was actually built in 1984. We had 3 courts at the time, and a fourth one was added soon thereafter. And then in 2004, after Hurricane Ivan, the club sustained much damage, so they took the opportunity at that time to expand the buildings, and now they expanded to 7 courts.
Wow.
One of which we have converted to a fitness area, just to enhance what the members have exposure to, because squash has evolved that most squash places do have fitness areas in there, so we just thought it was a great addition. In terms of our success, wow, I don't know where to start. We've had junior Caribbean champions, we've had senior Caribbean champions, gold medalists. We've had World Masters champions. Back in the day, we had the Rose Bowl competition, which was held every other year or every year, where the northern and southern Caribbean countries the northern would have the Rose Bowl, the southern will have their own championships, and then every 2 years we all came together for the senior championships. That has since changed, but we've had Rose Bowl champions as well. We've had Island Games champions. We've had Pan Am Games medalists and CAC Games medalists, and we've also had Commonwealth Games participants. But more so, we do have a larger social base playing membership on Island as well. So we cover all the realms, whether it's just for fitness or you enjoy the game, or if you want to be competitive and play for the country as well.
Marlene, you wear all these hats.
Yes.
The Stingray Swim Club. Now you're the Squash Club, and plus Precision Fitness. Any other thing that we're missing?
I teach CrossFit as well.
Oh, right,
And
we
I've
missed
been-
that part.
yes.
Because you touched on that as well.
Yes.
Oh, right. How
And
can I
I've been
forget
involved in
CrossFit?
several other sports as well.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
it's great. You keep in shape. Now, after school programs, especially PE programs, what is on the squash club's calendar for junior after school and for schools' physical ed programs?
So we do have our after-school program, our junior after-school program, which we run with the school terms. So we would go from September to December, and then January to Easter, and then so forth. In summer, we have our summer camps, which are going on right now. And usually the times for the junior program is right after school from 3:30 till 5:30. And we also facilitate the schools to come in through their PE programs. At no charge to the schools.
Nice.
So they can come in through their, whenever they have their PE time slots. And it's been a successful program. We've had St. Ignatius, Cayman Prep, John Gray, Hope Academy, Little Trotters, Footsteps. And we're trying to expand that to get more schools in as well, just to expose them to the sport. And through that program, in hopes of then filtering into the after-school program.
Do you see a lot of that happening once they come through the PE program and then eventually the parents bring them over to the squash club?
Absolutely, especially in the last, I'm not sure if there's any correlation between lockdown and that, but especially in the last, I'm going to say 18 months or so, we've had lots of kids that got introduced to the sport through their PE program, and then they've now joined the after-school program.
Excellent. Now, tell us about the weekly, monthly programs for camps and the cardio squash for all levels.
So on a weekly basis, we do have the adult beginners drop-in, which is every Monday. So if you are interested in playing squash, it's done on a drop-in basis. You don't have to pre-register.
Okay.
And it's open for members as well as non-members. And then on the Wednesday night, we have all levels drop-in, where it's not an instructional-based program, but we encourage everyone to come down, and it's a way of meeting people that you would never normally play. And it's all levels, and people are usually good about playing with anyone.
Beginners.
Yeah, beginners. Whether you're more advanced, then they're quite good at sorting themselves out that way. And then seasonally, we have our corporate league, which usually runs every Thursday night once we start, and we have that twice a year. This year we had 10 teams, which was just incredible. The buzz on the Thursday night was just great down at the club because of and that ran for 10 weeks. The next one will start in September, and then we also have local tournaments from time to time. Every term we try to put one on for the juniors, and then we also try to put 2 on or 3 on every year for the general membership as well.
Okay, I know nothing about squash. I'll disclaimer. So last night I was, on
You're
YouTube.
Googling?
Yeah.
YouTubing?
Yeah. And I have watched several, competition before, competitive games, but I've never tried hitting one of those balls. And I'm learning about the different balls, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
The different types of balls and how long you have to warm up before the start of a game and all the good stuff, and the room itself, back wall, front wall, side walls, out.
Oh, look at that! You're there already.
I thought so.
So I expect to see you on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's well, yeah. It has been. I find it a very addictive sport. I have played it for a number of years. For a long time, I've left it. I've come back to it. Tried to leave it again, but it always brings me back. But it's the overall general fitness. I think Forbes magazine has voted it the #1 sport of the year, I think 2 years ago or last year, precisely because of the fitness benefits of playing and the social benefits of playing. They like it to the physical version of playing chess.
Yeah, it's a mind game.
It is, very much so.
Yeah, it looks simple.
Yeah.
Just hitting the ball against the wall, but it's not that simple when it comes to no. It's a lot more. So, how long are you expected to warm up before that game?
I think it depends on which demographic you're in. And I only say that because, you know, as a youngster, if you know, sometimes they warm up for 5 minutes to jump on court, they're ready to go. But you find with the passage of time and as you get older, you do need to warm up for a bit longer. But I would say on average, at least 20 minutes before.
20 minutes?
Yeah, if you're going to play a competitive match.
Game. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe
socially, I would say,
5
5 to 10
minutes.
5 to 10 minutes,
Okay.
yeah.
Sherwin, do you play?
Yes, I've been dabbling here and there. time. I'm really pressed for time. Trying to get Precision Fitness up, so don't have as much time as I would like to experiment and get better at it.
How's your swimming going?
Swimming is on pause as well, just because of the different summer programs that are going on. It's hard to find a schedule that works for both my coach and myself. Okay. So it's just on pause until the kids go back and give me back free time in the pool.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Anything else you want to touch on squash before we take the break?
I'd just say come on down and try it. It's indoors, so you know you're out of the elements, and you don't have to worry about whether it's raining or whether it's too hot. It's just a perfect environment, and it's a social environment, and you just come and have lots of fun with it.
No mosquitoes.
No mosquitoes too. That is right. Or chickens.
And are those air-conditioned courts?
They are air-conditioned courts. In fact, actually, before they were rebuilt in 2004, they weren't. So I found it very satisfying when you came off court and you were just dripping in sweat because you felt like you've done something. And I remember the first time playing when they got the AC courts, I didn't like it at all. But now I can't imagine playing without it. Yeah,
I'm sure. If you're just joining us, you're tuned to the Business Buzz. This is our third and final segment for this morning. We speak with Ms. Marlene West. Marlene's manager of South Sound Squash Club and also the owner of Precision Fitness. And alongside her in the studio, we have back in here, it's Mr. Sherwin Bouville. Sherwin is the head coach at Precision Fitness. We're going to take that quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk all things Precision Fitness. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Planning for the hurricane season can be stressful, especially because COVID-19 remains a concern. To help you safely prepare, here's some tips from the Public Health Department. Have a fully stocked first aid kit. Make sure you have face coverings, hand sanitizers, and disinfectants should you need to evacuate to a shelter. Ensure a sufficient supply of medications for people with illnesses. Ensure immunizations are up to date, and when eligible, take your COVID-19 vaccine. Ensure a sufficient supply of food and clean water for every member of your family. For more guidance to update your emergency hurricane plans due to coronavirus, visit www.caymanprepared.gov.ky. This message is brought to you by the Public Health Department in partnership with the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Thank you, DJ Lynn, for throwing it back to me in the studio. Marlene West. Marlene is manager of South Sound Squash Club and owner of Precision Fitness. And we have alongside her Mr. Sherwin Bouville, Sherwin is head coach at Precision Fitness. Sherwin, it's good to have you back in the studio, and we're going to jump right into, because we only have a short time,
Yes.
so we're going to jump right into just some details on when Precision Fitness was started, and just stuff like that, in a nutshell.
Yes. Precision Fitness, the genesis of it has been about 3 or 4 years, but it came into fruition at the beginning of this year, January, I would say, as a formal entity. But the thought and the ethos behind it has been a long time coming. I've connected with Marlene, and we share very similar ideas as to fitness, what fitness is, and the role that it plays. So it's been a long time coming, but it came into fruition at the beginning of the year.
And
January
you're enjoying
this
this, right?
Oh, I love this. This is
your life.
This is my life. This is when I open my eyes in the morning. I look forward every day to what I do. Compared to previous lives that I've lived on, you look another day again at the office. I love what I do.
So how long are your training sessions, and what do they include?
It depends. So we have 2 types of sessions. We have one that's independent, and we have sessions that are one-on-one, that involve one-on-one coaching. Independent sessions could be as long as you want. Once you're familiar and you're comfortable with movement, you can determine how long you want those to be. 45 minutes, 60 minutes, an hour and a half. Usually people are around an hour. If you're working one-on-one, it's 45 minutes.
Okay. One-on-one, okay.
Yeah.
Now, how does nutrition factor into the whole fitness equation?
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
Nutrition is the base. Nutrition is the base of everything that happens. There's nothing that we can do in gym that's going to outdo the other 23 hours and 15 minutes in a day, right? So, and nutrition isn't just about broccoli and chicken breast. It's finding that happy medium where you're happy, but you're still trying to take care of your body. You're not giving up little snacks and so forth. You're just trying to find that medium where you would limit those.
The balance.
I had a donut yesterday. It was my first for the year, but I had one yesterday. That's what I'm talking about. You're just trying to find that happy medium.
Was that sugar donut or glazed donut?
Oh, it was sugar
or
donut with cream fill. Oh, it was so good. Now I've had my fill. I'll probably have one next year.
Okay. Yeah, that was an excellent treat.
Yes.
I agree. Now, what exercises are good for the various muscle groups?
Okay, so it depends.
My bicep.
Yes, it depends on where you are as an athlete. And when I say athlete, I'm referring to anyone who comes into the gym. So there are different avatars. You have a novice athlete, you have an intermediate, and you have an advanced athlete. So if you've been training for less than 3 years, I would say, I would advise that you stick to compound exercises. So squats, deadlifts, anything that involves full body movement. Right, so you're trying to ingrain movement patterns and move really well. And then as you get better at training and at movement, you start to delve into isolating certain parts of the body. So you want to achieve overall fitness in terms of movement quality, and then you can start to get specific as you become an intermediate type person. That's where machines come in. That's the real benefit of machines, because they start to isolate muscle groups. So for instance, if you want to develop your quadriceps, which will help protect your knees, right, as you get older, that's a common ailment. Then leg extension is an example of how you would, one machine, that's just one example of how you would isolate that particular muscle group. But compound exercises is generally, you can't go wrong with compound exercises.
At Precision Fitness, when you have your clients that come in, most of them, at least, let's say 55% of them, what body part do they, or what group of muscles they like to work out?
Abs. Everybody wants abs.
Well, I think that's slowly changing as well. I think it depends on, again, your gender.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
It depends on the gender. Yes.
Oh, Marlene raises a very good point.
Yes.
Why don't expand on that a little bit, Marlene? So what are you trying to say? Explain.
Well, there's this, I call it a new fad, because the ladies are using this booty buster thing now.
Yes.
Just trying to get that.
Yes.
That that
round
booty, that
apple shaped derriere.
Where there's so many movements that you can do that does do the same, gives you the same benefit.
Yes. Without the machine.
Without the machine.
Correct.
And
yes.
Squats.
Absolutely.
Squats,
lunges,
deadlifts.
Deadlifts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they see that machine and they think it targets it, so it's got to work, and it's got to work in no time.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. On average, how long does it take to build such a derriere? I mean,
it depends. Of course, like everything else. Everything outside the gym has to line up with what you do in the gym. So a lot of people would spend the money and they would invest the time to do to put in the work in the gym. But what fraction is that of the day, of the entire day? So if you're not eating well, if you're not resting and recovering, because that's when adaptations take place, when you sleep and you feel recovered. If you're not drinking enough water, and if your nutrition is off point, it will depend. So some people, if you go onto Instagram, you'll see the changes are possible. It can take from 6 months, it can take up to 2 years or 3 years, because building consistency in and of itself is tough. Right? So sometimes you are getting consistency inside the gym in terms of your training, but then aligning your lifestyle is also a tough ask, because it involves a lot of changes, and we know change is uncomfortable. Right? So as you start to eat less donuts, and as you start to, probably decrease your soda intake and start to try to incorporate more vegetables and whole foods in your diet, that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. So it just depends.
And I think also genetics has something
genetics
to do with
has a huge role
to play as well. Everybody's built differently.
Yes.
And it's funny enough, while you're working on that, you can make it a lifelong commitment.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And fitness is a lifelong commitment. Everyone is focused on the short-term aspect of it. Oh, I want a summer body. Or, carnival is coming up, Batibanu, I got to fit into that. Or wedding, I got to fit into that dress. But do you need to be fit for that event, and then what happens after? Do you no longer need to be fit?
That's a good question. That'll be a segue into my next question.
Yes.
If when someone should stop lifting weights or exercising, will your muscle turn to fat or shrink, or what's the word, atrophy?
Atrophy.
Yeah. Atrophy. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm getting there. What happens?
Right. So, no, muscle does not turn into fat.
Okay.
Fat does not turn into muscle.
So.
I know that. So that's we touched on that last week in terms of misinformation and disinformation in the marketplace. Muscle does not turn into fat. Your muscle can atrophy if you are not using them. Your body will say, "Oh, I guess we don't really need use of these muscles," and they will start to shrink. That's what happens to a lot of people right now. I mean, that's why we don't have development or muscle tone for people who don't go to the gym. A good example is one of my mentors. Shout out to Chris. He had an injury on one of his, I think it's on his right side or his left side, and it started to affect his tricep, where it wasn't able to fire, it wasn't able to create contraction, so it atrophied very badly, and that stemmed from an injury. So that's a very extreme example of what happens when you're not able to create contractions in the muscle. The muscle will no longer, the body will basically determine that no longer has any use and stop providing nutrients and the appropriate amount of blood flow to make it grow or sustain it.
Yeah.
No, that's hard.
And it's just like any other muscle in the body, the brain as well. Yeah, included.
Right. No,
if you don't use it, you lose it.
Exactly.
A lot of parts of your body.
Yes, indeed.
A lot of parts of your body. No, I'm sure. Or Marlene, what would you say to that person at home? You have a home gym setup. You have your Bowflex, your bench. You have maybe a bike. You've got a mini trampoline. What would you say to that person who's trying to do that a little bit at home without having, because maybe time doesn't permit, or you don't have the cash available to get to a gym, or there's too much traffic coming from up east or something like that? What would you say to that person who's working out at home? What advice would you give to them?
I like to use the P word, and people don't like the P word. People are often offended with the P word, and that P word is priorities. And priority is not a judgment statement. Priority is a fact. Wherever you apply your time and your money, that's your priority. So as far in regards to your budget, everyone has, cost of living is going up. We know that around the world, and particularly in Cayman. But time, you have to make the time to take care of yourself until you're forced to do so, right? So we don't want to have to go to a doctor and find out, you need to lose weight, or you need to work out when the doctor tells you because you have some sort of ailment, whether it's a cardiovascular or God forbid, cancer or some other kind of ailment, when then people, they realign their priorities and say, you know what, my health and wellness is my priority now. So you want to kind of forego that and make sure you make the time. So move well. The key is to move well. You don't have to be concerned about what other persons are doing. You have to do what's good for you. So the internet is a huge resource, but again, there's a lot of misinformation. So take the time to make sure you research. Ask questions. You can reach out to myself on social media or to Marlene and ask questions. I'm really happy to help anyone pursue a fitness lifestyle. That's what Precision Fitness is about, to just make sure the right information is out there.
Okay, so now I want to come to the gym. I want to come to Precision Fitness. How do I go about doing that? How does membership work? And just in a nutshell.
So Instagram, social media is the best way to reach out to us, and Instagram is our preferred means. So Coach Sherwin, at Coach Sherwin on Instagram, or at Precision Fitness KY. It would involve an assessment, a movement assessment, and a discussion as to what your goals are. Everyone is different. So we have different starting points as well as different goals. So that combination, some people might want to lose weight. Some people would want to look more toned, gain muscle. Some people want to improve their endurance. Some people may just want to be able to play with their kids and grandkids for a long time.
Yeah.
So depends on what your goals are. We do an assessment, and then from there, we take the route that's most applicable to you.
Okay. Yeah. And you want to throw some numbers out there for both Squash Club and Precision?
So Squash Club 526-5052. That's my personal number. And for Precision Fitness,
526-5052. Precision.
Marlene and Sherwin, I want to say thank you so much for sharing this morning. I feel fit already.
Nice.
I just need a cup of decaf coffee now to go with all of that. But thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks,
and thanks for having us again.
Oh, you're very welcome, because we get to learn a lot more each time you guys come into the studio.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yes. And we're happy to share what we do because we believe in it.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck with everything. Thanks to DJ Lynn this morning in the studio. Susan, our producer, is at home getting some rest. Thank you, Susan, for putting the show together. To our listeners and our viewers, thank you. And to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center, Health City Cayman Islands, and Cayman Medical Supplies. Thank you. We'll see you on Thursday morning. In the meantime, stay safe and enjoy the music that DJ Lynn has coming up for you.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman